Straight ahead on Fox 44 News at 5:30, we are your local election headquarters. Tonight, we'll drop in on a few of the polls before voting closes.
And some minor Election Day hiccups on the final day of voting. We'll have the latest on the midterm elections from Capitol Hill.
Also, police are investigating an officer-involved shooting that happened Monday night in Troy.
Live from Waco, Temple, and Killeen, your news now. This is Fox 44 News at 5:30.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Fox 44 News at 5:30. I'm Adam Hooper.
And I'm MG Montemayor. It's Election Day, and you can feel the excitement all over the state.
And Fox 44 News is your local election headquarters. We have live coverage from across Central Texas. We're going to start in Temple tonight, where voting got off to a rocky start.
That's right. Bell County election sites will be open for 1 extra hour today after a security issue that was discovered this morning. All 42 voting locations will now be open until 8 p.m. in order to maintain a fair election.
Fox 44's PJ Hessner tells us what the extra hour of voting means for voters and the election. PJ.
Thanks, Adam and MG. Yes, the voting site at TISD's administration building behind me is not seeing a long line quite yet, or it's not trailing out of the building yet anyways. We still have a couple hours to get your vote counted. Now, 8 out of the 42 voting sites in Bell County experienced a security discrepancy due to the time change over this past weekend. The issue was discovered around 6:30 a.m. and Bell County election officials worked to not only get this resolved, but get a court order approved that would extend the voting time frame by an hour. We recently learned that the order was approved, so that means all 42 polling sites in Bell County have extended the opportunity to vote by 1 hour. Now, you're still able to vote until 8 p.m. and all voting rules still apply. So this means that even if you're in line by 8 p.m., you still get a chance to vote. In Temple, I'm PJ Hessner, Fox 44 News.
All right, thanks, PJ.
All right, again, so Bell County, if you're voting, you have until 8 now, so
yes,
there's still time.
Get out there.
All right, the Killeen Annex Voting Center opened an hour late this morning due to technology issues.
The election judge there says they may extend the voting deadline if able. Fox 44's Earl Stoudemire joins us outside the Annex building to show us how it's looking. Earl.
MG, it's a great sight this evening in Killeen with voters making sure their vote counts. To my side, you can see the line. It is almost wrapping around the corner. We showed up here at 4, and it only took us 10 minutes to get from the back of the line to the front. So there's no reason or excuse for you to not come and make sure your vote counts. 5 voters came here by 3, and the number continues to rise. So if this isn't your cup of tea, do not worry. Killeen has 14 locations across the city where you can make your vote count. And be sure to be in line by 7. That is the deadline. After 7, it's going to be a hard day for you. But for now, we're going to have something later on in the show on an important item Killeen is voting on. Reporting live in Killeen, Earl Stoudemire, Fox 44 News.
All right, there, Earl. We'll check in with you then.
Sounds great. Well, here in McLennan County, there has been the highest voter registration it's ever had at over 154,000 voters.
Yeah, and about 45,000 of those people voted early in the last few weeks, so election officials had high expectations for today's turnout. Fox 44's Mally Jones, she has this part of the story. She's at the Waco Community Center with looking at the voting in McLennan County. Mally, what's it looking like?
Yeah, Adam, I'm here at one of the 34 voting locations in McLennan County, and as you can see behind me, there's no line out the door, nothing crazy like that. But for the last couple of hours, we have seen consistent traffic, people going in and out. Throughout the last couple of weeks leading up to Election Day, election officials have been reiterating how important it is to get out and vote, because this isn't something that everybody gets to do, so let your voice be heard. And another person who is passionate about getting out to vote is Jalen. He is with Trinity AME Church. He's been out here for the last couple of hours giving out snacks and drinks to voters. So, Jalen, why was it important for you to come out tonight?
Yes, we just want to allow our people to know that their votes matter, and we want to stand in the gap for the people who's coming from work and giving them a snack and something to drink just to get them over the edge and make sure they get into the polls.
Definitely. I love that. Thank you, Jalen.
Thank you.
Make sure to come out here and get in line before 7 o'clock tonight. You have in about an hour and a half left, and if you need help finding your polling location, there is a link on our website, fox44news.com. Make sure to stay right here with Fox 44 throughout the night. We'll have election updates for you at 6 and 9 o'clock. In Waco, I'm Mally Mally Jones, Fox 44 News.
All right, thank you, Mally. Will Democrats lose their grip on the House and the Senate? Turning to a national look now, millions of voters across the nation are casting their ballots to decide. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more on how voting is going from Washington.
After months of primaries, campaign events, and fundraising pleas, it's now up to the voters to decide the balance of power here on Capitol Hill.
Voting is a select right that we get to have, and not everybody gets that.
Final voting began without any major issues at hundreds of poll sites across the country Tuesday. There were, however, some hiccups in battleground states. In Arizona, some vote tabulation machines in Maricopa County weren't accepting ballots. Instead, voters were given the option to wait until it worked or use a secure drop box and have their ballot counted at the end of the day. They were also allowed to go to a different voting center.
They're not being disenfranchised in any way. They're voting. It's just a different way of it being counted. It can either be counted right here or it can be counted right here.
In Pennsylvania, some polling places briefly ran out of ballots, an issue that was quickly fixed. The biggest problem, mail-in ballots that had flaws, such as incorrect dates and missing signatures. Democrat John Fetterman's campaign has filed a lawsuit to make sure those ballots are counted in the coming days, a lawsuit his Republican rival isn't worried about.
When all the votes are counted, I'm going to be the winner. And the reason for that is because I've been pushing hard every day about the kitchen table issues, the issues that are plaguing Pennsylvanians.
No issues were reported in the closely watched swing states of Nevada and Georgia. Overall, the Department of Homeland Security says there has been no credible threats to disrupt voting so far. A senior DHS official saying, quote, "We have not seen any evidence of foreign influence affecting any of our election infrastructure." Razor-thin races in Pennsylvania and Georgia mean we may not know who wins control of the Senate by tonight. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
As we've mentioned, Fox 44 News is your local election headquarters. We will have election results as soon as they start pouring in from the local election offices and the Secretary of State's office after the polls close. You'll find those online at fox44news.com and scrolling at the bottom of your screen right here on Fox 44.
Switching gears now, police are investigating an officer-involved shooting that happened Monday night in Troy. DPS Sergeant Brian Washko tells us the shooting happened near a Love's truck stop. He says the shooting took place at the end of a high-speed chase. No officers were injured, but the suspect was shot. The vehicle that was being pursued was described as a U-Haul box truck who, before coming to a stop, tried to ram police vehicles. Troy police officer and Temple police officer discharged their handguns at the driver. The suspect was taken to the hospital and is in stable condition. Both officers have been placed in administrative leave with pay in accordance with department policy.
Coming up, as hurricane season wraps up, Florida braces for another major storm. We'll have more on the state's preparations coming up.
And we will take a look at the track in Nicole as well. But if you're heading out right now to do some voting, hey, just mainly cloudy. The mild weather continues. We'll talk about that and how long it'll last coming up next.
This is Fox 44 News at 5:30 with Adam Hooper, MG Montemayor, AMS certified chief meteorologist Mike LaPointe, and sports with Eric Kelly.
Election coverage is brought to you locally by Element Waco. Stay in your element.
You're hitting a car crash, you're injured, you're in pain, your car's damaged and you're not working. Certainly the insurance company is going to take care of your bills and repairs, right? Wrong. The insurance company is moving at a snail's pace and your bills are piling up. You're missing work and can't support your family. Stressful. This is why you need Chad Jones Law. Before you get angry with the insurance company's ridiculous offers and feet dragging, don't get mad. Get Chad.
Hi, I'm Chris. Since 1939, you've seen WC Tractor provide the best tractors, hay tools, and construction equipment. From the field to your front yard, whether you rent them or buy them, we're with you and your Kubota all the way. We choose products we really believe in. Then we help you get the most out of them and grow bigger when you're ready. So come on home to WC Tractor Kubota. Together we do more.
Dancing is everything. Soccer is the best. But her moderate to severe eczema could make it hard for her. My skin was so itchy and my outfit was uncomfortable. Now, my skin's not as itchy.
Now, we're staying ahead of her eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so they can have clearer skin and less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a wonderful thing.
Ask your child's eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal their skin from within.
Hi, I'm Stinson.
And I'm Daniela.
And we're your local as-is home buyers. For over a decade, we've helped hundreds of homeowners get out of tough situations.
We live in Waco and we know the Central Texas market.
Avoid the hassle of traditional real estate and make no repairs, no showings, pay no closing costs, and no commissions.
Save time and money with a call to Waco First Home Buyers.
The quick and easy solution you deserve. Call 254-457-SELL.
Hablamos español.
Welcome back. Tropical storm Nicole is threatening Florida's east coast with heavy rain and storm surge.
That's right. Part of the region is still trying to recover from Hurricane Ian. Just weeks after Hurricane Ian tore through parts of southwest Florida, the state is now preparing for yet another storm. Forecasters say Storm Nicole could slam into the state's east coast later this week as a Category 1 hurricane. It's then expected to move across the Florida peninsula on Thursday before possibly making a second landfall on Friday. The National Weather Service says heavy rain, high winds, and storm surges remain Nicole's biggest threats. Forecasters say coastal flooding and rip currents could extend up through North Carolina.
Weather Rate certified most accurate forecast in Central Texas. This is Fox 44 Weather with Chief Meteorologist Mike LaPointe.
Yeah, and speaking of Tropical Storm Nicole, again, it continues to spin, pick up some speed right now and some strength. You can see where it's located at this time, moving off to the west at 10 miles per hour. So wind sustained, you can see 65, but it will be getting up to 74, which will be a hurricane here over the next 24 to 36 hours. Here's the forecast from the National Hurricane Center. Once again, as we just told you, down toward southeast Florida got hit back in September 28th with Hurricane Ian, a Category 4 hurricane. Now we've got a Category 1 hurricane aiming for southeast Florida. This is 2 o'clock in the morning Thursday, so Wednesday night into Thursday, we look for landfall as a Category 1 hurricane. Strong winds, heavy rainfall, storm surge, even isolated tornadoes will be possible with this. But take a look at the track. It goes right across the peninsula, and it just kind of holds the whole state, including Jacksonville, and then up toward Georgia, as well as South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia. They're all under the gun for heavy, heavy rainfall, lots of rain and wind, and this is throughout the weekend, too. So it's going to stay well to our east, but it is going to be a big weather story. That's because Florida is going to get hammered once again with the hurricane. Right now, again, if you are headed out to do some voting, you still have time. We've got partly to mostly cloudy skies. This is our live Centex Roof System Sky Tracker right here in Woodway. That is Highway 84. Again, no weather problems at this hour. We're at 77 degrees after a high of 80 this afternoon. Dew point is 68, so yes, it is very sticky across the region. We've got 78 degrees in Temple, 75 Killeen. It's 72 right now in Lampasas. Current temperature down in College Station right at 81 degrees. The clouds continue to stream up from the south. A lot of moisture being pushed in at the low level, so that's why we had the fog this morning. I think we're going to see it once again tomorrow. Maybe some drizzle out there, a lot of clouds, but warm temperatures, and that will be the story, I do believe, as we go throughout the morning hours tomorrow. Take a look here, though. We may have a few breaks by midnight tonight, but the clouds will start to roll back in. That low-level jet kicks in here, and so by 7 tomorrow morning, I expect partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures in the 60s as we go throughout the day on Wednesday. Some sunshine out there. That will allow those temperatures to climb into the low, maybe a few mid-80s, but otherwise pretty warm conditions, especially this time of the year. By late Wednesday into early Thursday, we'll keep it partly to mostly cloudy across our area. And once again on Thursday, looks like another mild day with temperatures climbing into the upper 70s and lower 80s. But there's the game changer right there. That is a strong front that'll move through very early on Friday. not only drop temperatures, but also will bring us some drier air, and we're really going to feel the effects with those morning lows. But tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Again, no problems if you're heading to the polls. 65 degrees will be the low temperature. And again, clouds in the morning, a little fog, then clearing skies. 83 degrees will be the high temperature. And then as we look ahead, this is the Family RV long-range 10-day forecast. Front moves through early on Friday. Notice the arrows there? 66 will be a midnight high. Temperatures falling, and then look at the highs over the weekend. Upper 50s to around 60. Those nighttime lows dropping mid and upper 30. Wow, we're talking maybe a freeze warning. We'll all watch that very closely over the weekend. And then next week, temperatures well below normal. Good chance of some rain moving in maybe Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, with temperatures only in the 50s for highs, lows in the 30s and 40s, and then down toward Bryan and College Station. No problem heading to the polls tonight. There's the front on Friday. It's going to be a little bit later in the day. But the weekend, temperatures only in the 50s, nighttime lows in the 40s, and then we're going to hold on to that next week, too, with temperatures running well below average.
Freeze warning, really? I
think so. Saturday night into Sunday, we're dropping to 34, 35. I mean, when they put the freeze warning, that means end of the growing season.
Right.
Nothing's going to grow. So we're talking cold conditions, and hopefully that will snap some of the bugs, the insects, as well as the pollen, too, you know?
There you go.
Get that firewood smell going.
That's right. You got to store up, don't you? Aren't you low on the firewood?
Got to stock up.
And there's no burn ban, not only here, but also in Coryell County.
Perfect. All right. Thanks, Mike.
Coming up next in sports, we'll catch up with Silver Star Nation Dallas Cowboys insider Mickey Spagnola ahead of the Cowboys matchup with a slumping Green Bay Packers team.
This segment is brought to you by Family RV Sales Killeen.
Family RV Sales is open for business. Locally owned and operated, Family RV Sales carries used RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, micro trailers, and more, all at an affordable price. Come see us today in Killeen.
Ready, set, go! Shop the amazing holiday bed sale at Rooms To Go Kids and Teens for sweet savings on kids' beds starting at $2.99. The coolest looks and styles, a great selection, all in one place. Get super sale prices on theme beds, beds with storage, shop bunk and loft beds, save big on bookcase beds, and upholstered beds. Fun, functional, colorful kids' beds on sale and ready to go at the amazing holiday bed sale now at Rooms To Go Kids. Rooms To Go Kids.
Your worst fears about insurance companies are true. In a leaked memo, they let it slip. How they plan to keep you from getting the money you deserve. The timing of their phone call, the words they use, it's all a scheme designed to pay you less. After a car wreck, don't let them cheat you. Tell them this: call my lawyer. Then you have nothing to fear. The insurance company knows our reputation for fighting for big results. Demand Daniel Stark. 888-8888.
I'm Leroy, the copier dog for CTWP, and my paw David says we've got too many copiers. Take your pick of the litter and get me out of this doghouse. Make CTWP your copier company.
Move forward this fall by training for a new career as a trained electrical technician. The right job starts with the right training. Visit scitexas.edu today. Southern Careers Institute. The future is you.
Family RV Sales is open for business. Locally owned and operated, Family RV Sales carries used RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, micro trailers, and more, all at an affordable price. Come see us today in Killeen.
Fox 44 Sports with Eric Kelly.
Well, the Dallas Cowboys are now out of the bye week and back into game prep ahead of a matchup against one of the other historically great franchises in the NFL. And with that, we bring in our Silver Star Nation Dallas Cowboys insider, Mickey Spagnola. Mickey, the bye has come and gone from being around the building. What seems to be the biggest area in which this team has come out of that week improved in?
Well, I would say rest and getting better health-wise. I think they've got a couple players that will be able to get back. Had they played last week, they might have missed. Malik Hooker, Sam Williams, and I think Ezekiel Elliott has a chance of getting back. He said on Monday that he's getting better day by day. Feels like maybe he can do something on Wednesday. We'll see tomorrow. And then the other thing is he seemed adamant that he'd be ready by Sunday. But again, I think all that's to be determined.
Most seasons, Dallas-Green Bay would be the game of the week in the NFL, and one that could help determine playoff positioning. But now it's one where the Cowboys will go to Lambeau to face a struggling Packers team. How easy has it been for that team to separate the record from the fact that they're still facing Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, it better not be easy. They need to separate that, not going in there and thinking they're getting ready to play an easy game. While the Packers are 3-6 and have lost their last 5, it's still Aaron Rodgers. Weird thing with them, like this last game, they lose to Detroit 15-9, but they put up like 380 yards of offense. Problem was they didn't score once they got to the red zone. So it still could be a very dangerous team. You never know what the weather's going to be out there, how it might affect the game. And again, it's the specter of the Packers. And so the Cowboys have lost 8 of the last 10 games they've played with the Packers. So this is going to be a struggle. Nothing comes easy in the NFL. And there's an old saying, just when you think you're in, you're out. And just when you think you're out, you're in. So you got to keep an even keel emotionally going into games like this and take every one of them seriously.
Mickey Spagnola, thank you as always for the time here on Fox 44.
Good to be with you, Eric.
Coming up, the Powerball jackpot finally has a winner. Details when we return. And here's what's on Fox 44 tonight.
Election coverage is brought to you locally by Element Waco. Stay in your element.
You're helping her study for a geography test, but how can you think about states and cities when a burger with steak, butter, and bacon sounds like the best, with grilled onions and 2 slices of cheese? Father-daughter cheeseburgers, what's better than that? She's about to find out. You can't read a map. Hey! Sonic steak, butter, bacon, cheeseburger.
Sonic. Grande is Astound Broadband, delivering supersonic, high-performance internet that's ultra-reliable 1.2 gig fast, with up to 1,200 megabit speed. Stream better, game harder, faster than ever. Supported by local 24/7 award-winning teams, the future is now, with the latest technology to connect you to a world of possibilities. Act now and get gig internet for 2 full years for just $49.99 a month. Plus, get HBO Max included for a year. We are Astound.
Hi, I'm State Representative Hugh Shine. As a local business owner, I understand that people are struggling. Costs are rising everywhere, and crime is on the rise. As your state representative, I'll fight the Biden administration's disastrous economic policies, and I'll always back the blue. That's why I passed a bill that prohibits cities from defunding the police. We need policies that work for Texas, and we need to get Washington, D.C. out of our business. I'm Hugh Shine, and I'll keep fighting for you.
Hi, this is Cody with High Plains Home Buyers. Do you have a house that's costing you too much time and money? Maybe you have equity you'd like to get out, or inherited a home you're not sure what to do with, or own an unwanted rental. We'll buy any property in any condition and pay cash in as little as 3 days, with no fees, no commission, and no hassle. If you're even thinking of selling your house, call us today at 254-294-9000.
No matter the condition when it's selling time, call High Plains for peace of mind.
After a crash with a big truck, be careful what you say, be careful what you sign, and beware of who you trust. Insurance companies, trucking companies, and others have been known to use sleazy tactics, like tracking you down in your hospital room to get your signature. Don't fall for it. One wrong move could damage your case and leave you deep in debt. Demand Daniel Stark. Let our big truck lawyers protect your rights. Demand Daniel Stark. 888-8888.
Well, there's a new billionaire in California. According to the state's lottery officials, a customer at Joe's Service Center in Altadena, California, won the whopping $2.4 $0.04 billion Powerball jackpot. The single winning ticket was announced this morning about 10 hours late. Crowds of people flocked to Joe's Service Center to talk to its owner, Joseph Shahayed, and congratulate him on his $1 million retailer selling bonus. Shahayed says he is excited for what this money will do not only for him and his family, but for his community.
More people are considering store credit cards. Lending Tree says 35% of consumers are considering applying for them. This is in an effort to offset financial strain on their wallets during the upcoming holiday shopping season. Lending Tree telling Fox Business that data is fairly surprising, as store credit cards have mostly lost their popularity in the wake of the buy now, pay later phenomenon. Still, 37% of people who signed up for a store credit card in the past have regretted that decision. Lending Tree says the average new store card APR rose to more than 26% over the past year. Inflation may affect what your child gets at school lunches, according to a new report. Wall Street Journal says many school districts are raising costs for school lunch meals, and some options are now reduced. Food service managers in several states say they had no choice but to cut back fruit and red meat while passing costs on to the parents. The federal relief program that provided free lunches for all students during the pandemic expired in June. School districts say the costs of some food items like flour or corn tortillas for lunches are up 50%.
Coming up, the White House and Ukrainian officials working to get back on the same page regarding peace talks with Russia.
There's nothing like volunteering at the fire department.
There's nothing like hitting the waves.
But with my moderate to severe eczema, it hasn't always been easy.
Since my skin was so irritated and itchy.
And even worse with all my gear on.
Now, I'm staying ahead of my eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion. And Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema. So adults can have long-lasting, clearer skin and fast itch relief. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a powerful thing.
Ask your eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal your skin from within.
Hi, I'm Stinson.
And I'm Daniela.
And we're your local as-is home buyers. For over a decade, we've helped hundreds of homeowners get out of tough situations.
We live in Waco and we know the Central Texas market.
Avoid the hassle of traditional real estate and make no repairs, no showings, pay no closing costs, and no commissions.
Save time and money with a call to Waco First Home Buyers.
The quick and easy solution you deserve. Call 254-457-SELL.
Hablamos español.
The Breakfast Club.
Mornings is lit. Word.
What are you doing?
That's not how it goes.
It's time for your rumor report. Now, you won't believe what new couple is hooking up with each other.
Hey, it's time for Donkey of the Day, and I'm about to give somebody the credit they deserve for being stupid. What is wrong with you? Oh. Stop it! Leave me alone! Leave me alone!
Number one for hip-hop and R&B, the Z92.3.
Download or update the Fox 44 News mobile app and get your news now.
Straight ahead on Fox 44 News at 6, we are your local election headquarters. Tonight, we'll drop in on 2 polls before voting closes.
And we're talking to 2 men vying for the top job in the state of Texas as voters are still casting their ballots.
Covering Temple, McGregor, and all of Central Texas, this is Fox 44 News at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for Fox 44 News at 6. I'm MG Montemayor.
And I'm Adam Hooper. We begin with weather tonight. A cloudy and foggy start to the day that has since cleared up. Even got a little humid and hot out there.
Sure did. And if you haven't cast your ballot yet and are headed out to the polls tonight, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Mike LaPointe for more on the election evening forecast. Mike, how's it looking?
Yeah, just mainly cloudy out there, maybe a few breaks here and there, but there's no rain in the forecast, and you're not going to see any out there over the next hour or so. But take a look here. Again, these are live Centex roof system sky trackers here in Central Texas. We're looking not only here in the Woodway area with mostly cloudy skies, but it's also mostly cloudy in Killeen as well as as Bryan and College Station and Temple. So again, you shouldn't have any problems getting out to the polls. Weather-wise, we are just looking at mainly cloudy skies right now across the region. You can see on our satellite picture the clouds continue to stream in. We've got low-level moisture moving up from the south. Once again, it'll give us more clouds tomorrow morning and some fog and some drizzle, and then the upper-level clouds moving in from the southwest. So the combination indicate not only warmer weather, but also keeping the skies rather on the cloudy side. 80 degrees, the official high temperature today, 61. I should say 63, the average, and looks like we're looking at that low temperature. We're going to see temperatures, though, much below normal as we hit the weekend. We've got details coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Mike.
Bell County election sites will be open for 1 extra hour today after a security issue that was discovered this morning.
All 42 voting locations will now be open until 8 p.m. in order to maintain a fair election. Fox 44's PJ Hessner tells us what the extra hour of voting means for voters and the election. PJ.
Thanks, Adam and MG. Yes, the voting site at TISD's administration behind me is still not seeing a very long line at the moment, and you still have a couple of hours to get your vote counted. Now, 8 out of the 42 voting sites in Bell County experienced a security discrepancy due to the time change over this past weekend. The issue was discovered around 6:30 a.m., and Bell County election officials worked to not only get this resolved, but get a court order approved that would extend the voting time frame by an hour. We recently learned that this order was approved. So that means that all 42 polling sites in Bell County have extended the opportunity to vote by 1 hour. Now, you are able to vote until 8 p.m. and all voting rules still apply. So that means if you join the line by 8 p.m., you are guaranteed the chance to vote. So if you are a Temple resident, go ahead and get that voted. In Temple, I'm PJ Hessner, Fox 44 News.
All right, thanks, PJ.
The Clean Annex Voting Center opened an hour late this morning due to technology issues.
That's right. As the line stays busy, the election judge there says they are extending the voting deadline for 1 more hour. Fox 44's Earl Stoudemire joins us outside the Annex building with the latest. Earl.
MG, in the last 30 minutes, the line has definitely gotten longer as after-work voters show up and make sure that their vote is counted. As you can see to the side, the line is now officially around the corner, and there are more people showing up as we speak. And there is one thing that they are definitely on their minds, and it is right here on this paper on the ballot. It is Proposition A, and it's an ordinance to decriminalize low-level offenses of marijuana possession. We've been covering this since the summer, and we'll be sure to keep you updated on it tonight. There are 14 sites across Killeen, so make sure that your vote counts. And just remember, as MG says, the deadline to vote is now 8 p.m. due to technical difficulties this morning. Tonight we'll be at a different location, provide coverage on the marijuana possession ordinance. But for now, reporting live in Killeen, Earl Stoudemire, Fox 44 News.
Thanks, Earl.
Well, here in McLennan County, there has been the highest voter registration it's ever had at over 154,000 voters.
And about 45,000 of those people voted early in the last few weeks, so election officials had high expectations for today's turnout. With more on this, Fox 44's Mally Jones. She's at the Waco Community Center with a look at voting in McLennan County. Mally.
Yeah, Adam, voting has gone pretty smoothly here in McLennan County. I'm here at one of the 34 voting sites in the county, and it's a part of the countywide polling place program. So regardless of your precinct, you can vote at any of the 34 locations in the county. And throughout this week and the weeks leading up to Election Day, election officials have been talking about how important it is to get out and vote. And here I have another person who is passionate about coming out to vote, the Mayor of Belmead, Travis. Can you tell me why you think it's so important?
First of all, it's the right of every American citizen to have an opportunity to vote, whether to approve or protest the candidate or the work that's being done. And so it's our responsibility and duty to get out and vote, because it really matters, because it impacts us in our everyday lives in our communities. I know some people said my vote doesn't count. That's incorrect. Your vote always counts, and we have to just practice that right. Because we had a lot of people that went through a lot of things for us to have the right to vote. And so I think it's really important, because it's holding our elected officials accountable, and it's also either approving their work that they've done or you're disapproving of it. So it's simple as that.
Definitely.
So it's very important to get out and vote.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it. And we will be out here until 7 o'clock tonight. That's when the polls close. So you still have about an hour to get out here. As long as you're in line by 7 o'clock, you're good to go. And if you need help finding your polling place, there's a list of those 34 locations on our website, fox44news.com. And make sure to stick with us here on Fox 44. We'll have some updates coming to you at 9 o'clock as well. In Waco, Mally Jones, Fox 44 News.
Perfect. Thanks, Mally. In the matchup for Texas governor, incumbent Republican Greg Abbott is hoping to capitalize on the national political climate, seemingly favoring Republicans in the midterms. Fox 44's Monica Madden is in McAllen tonight for Governor Abbott's watch party. Monica, why did he choose the Rio Grande Valley as his backdrop?
Well, the GOP is betting big on picking up congressional seats here in South Texas, and the governor is betting he's going to win a lot of the Hispanic vote. His campaign forecasting that he will get 50% of the Latino vote compared to his competitor, Democratic challenger Beto O'Rourke. Now, there have been a lot of issues driving the campaign this entire election cycle. I spoke to Governor Abbott yesterday and asked him how he plans to address rising property taxes.
Because Texas ranks #1 in the United States as the fastest growing economy, that economy has led to a record-breaking $27 billion budget surplus. My proposal is to take at least half of that surplus to use it to reduce property taxes in Texas with the largest property tax cut ever in the history of our state.
Former Congressman Beto O'Rourke has given Governor Abbott one of the toughest challenges of his political career so far, and he is banking on an upset tonight. Although it's worth noting that most polls show Abbott in the lead, averaging about 13 points over his competitor O'Rourke when you average all of the latest polls. In McAllen, Monica Madden, back to you.
Well, Beto O'Rourke challenging incumbent Governor Greg Abbott for his spot is back in his hometown of El Paso tonight. Our Jayla Washington is at O'Rourke's watch party as the results begin to roll in. Jayla, how are things out there right now?
Hey guys, yeah, well, let me tell you, Beto O'Rourke, he's sort of like the underdog in a sense. Keep in mind, we have not had a Democratic governor since 1994 here in Texas, but certainly he is fighting tooth and nail to try to get people out to the polls and hopefully swing things for Texas. Now, I can tell you just today, he was in San Antonio, Houston, Dallas, doing those last-minute rallies outside of campaign centers. And in fact, yesterday, he was on college campuses in Lubbock as well as San Marcos. He's really been trying to connect with younger voters because he really feels like they're going to help turn this thing around for him. Here's what he had to say.
I feel really good. We've been to every part of the state. We're joining so many tens of thousands of volunteers. We just can't take any more Greg Abbott. After 8 years of failure, we're paying some of the highest taxes anywhere in the country. We have a grid that still does not work. We lead the nation in school shootings and the most extreme abortion ban in America. Republicans, Democrats, independents alike, we know that we are better than this.
Now, again, he's been working to connect with those younger voters to hopefully turn things around for him. But only time will tell, but we will be here in El Paso where he is expected to arrive shortly as those results start rolling in.
All right, we're going to be on it as well. Fox 44 News is your local election headquarters. We'll have those election results as soon as they start pouring in from the local election offices and the Secretary of State's office after the polls close. You'll find those online at fox44news.com and scrolling at the bottom of your screen right here on Fox 44. Coming up, the White House and Ukrainian officials are working to get back on the same page when it comes to peace talks with Russia.
Weather-wise, it'll be mostly cloudy this evening if you are headed out to the polls. No rainfall to deal with, just some clouds and very mild temperatures. It'll continue to be mild tomorrow as well. We'll talk about that and see how long it lasts coming up next.
This is Fox 44 News at 6 with Adam Hooper, MG Montemayor, AMS certified chief meteorologist Mike LaPointe, and sports with Eric Kelly.
On the next Young Sheldon, Mima's got a side hustle.
Oh, Kipling destroys lives.
That's what you say about booze. I think it's an excellent pairing.
The next Young Sheldon.
Coming up at 6:30 here on Fox 44.
I understand it's impossible not to think the worst, but I want you to know that we will get your baby back.
Come on, let's go, 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 go.
Alert. Series premiere January 8th on Fox.
Election coverage is brought to you locally by Element Waco. Stay in your element.
This is a BFD Black Friday deal from Optimum, and it's our best deal ever. Get 300 meg internet for as low as $30 a month for 2 years. Find out how you can get up to $300 in Visa prepaid cards with Showtime included for 1 year. Go from 300 meg internet to over $520 in total savings with this BFD from Optimum. Call 866-9-OPTIMUM or visit optimum.com/BFD now, because our best deal ever won't last long. Get closer, go farther with Optimum.
Getting 2 of my sausage croissants with a freshly cracked egg for just $6 means your day is off to a good start. And I serve them all day because I'm not here to judge what time your day starts.
I'm Leroy, the copier dog for CTWP, and my paw David says we've got too many copiers. Take your pick of the litter and get me out of this doghouse. Make CTWP your copier company.
After months of campaigning, it all comes down to Election Day. Count on Fox 44 News for results, reactions, and expert analysis. This election night, the choice is clear. Fox 44 News is your local election headquarters. Brought to you locally by Element Waco. Stay in your element.
Your worst fears about insurance companies are true. In a leaked memo, they let it slip. How they plan to keep you from getting the money you deserve. The timing of their phone call, the words they use, it's all a scheme designed to pay you less. After a car wreck, don't let them cheat you. Tell them this: call my lawyer. Then you have nothing to fear. The insurance company knows our reputation for fighting for big results. Demand Daniel Stark. 888-8888.
Hi, I'm Representative Brad Buckley. My roots run deep in our community. I raised my family here. My wife taught many of your children in school. And I've taken care of my friends and neighbors' animals as a veterinarian. In Austin, I'm fighting to increase health care services for new mothers and babies. And I'll continue fighting to increase funding so our kids have a quality education. And I'm leading the charge to get deadly fentanyl off our streets and out of our schools. I'm Brad Buckley, and I'd be honored to have your vote.
You could get 2 of my sausage croissants with a freshly cracked egg for just $6. And I serve them all day, so you can enjoy them for breakfast, brunch, or even Brinner. Did I just make up Brinner? Can we trademark that?
We're learning more about a reported attempt by the U.S. to push Ukraine to negotiate with Russia, which Kyiv says won't happen until Putin is out of power.
It's a diplomatic dust-up that could have a big impact on the war. Ukraine and the U.S. seemingly at odds over a new push for peace talks with Russians. It all started with a report that the U.S. was pressuring Kyiv into negotiations. Ukrainians say they've always been willing to talk, but not until the Russian military makes a complete withdrawal.
The international community is standing with Ukraine. Ukraine has to be in the driver's seat, but we certainly support their efforts.
Today, the White House sent Linda Thomas-Greenfield, the U.S. ambassador to the UN, to Ukraine. She met with officials and reiterated America's support, but the war is inching toward its 9th month, and with no end in sight, other high-ranking U.S. officials are hinting that it might be time to talk to Moscow. And as the fighting intensifies, Russian dissidents claim they're meeting in Poland to discuss how to remove Vladimir Putin from power.
Weather Rate certified most accurate forecast in Central Texas. This is Fox 44 Weather with Chief Meteorologist Mike LaPointe.
Well, right now the big weather story is the tropical storm that's got its eyes on southeast Florida right now. It is Tropical Storm Nicole. It's currently moving off to the west and southwest at 10 miles per hour, but a wind sustained at 65 miles per hour. It's looking to get stronger here over the next 24 to 36 hours into a hurricane. Let me show you the track. This is the track from the National Hurricane Center. Takes it down through the Bahamas. There it is, Category 1. Looks like very late Wednesday into Thursday, we start to see landfall, and that will continue to track right through the state. I mean, poor old Florida, especially the southeastern part of Florida, they just dealt with a Category 4 hurricane on September 28th. It was Ian that moved through there. They're not even close to putting a lot of things back together, and they're going to get hit again, and that's going to go right up the East Coast, looks like, throughout the weekend. Again, staying well away from us here in Texas. What we are looking at, again, partly to mostly cloudy skies down in Killeen at this hour. If you are headed out to the polls, no weather problems, just some clouds, some mild weather, and 74 degrees. And again, that is basically on top of one cooling center. It's a beautiful shot. Our temperature, again, 74. The dew point's rather high at 68 degrees, so a lot of moisture in the air. 72 right now in the Waco area, 78 in Mejia, 72 in Gatesville. Brownwood checks in right at 74 degrees, and temperatures still in the 80s. Down in Brenham, right at 81 degrees. Our satellite shows the low-level winds coming in out of the southeast, our mid-level winds coming in out of the southwest, bringing some clouds, and we're seeing some moisture here across the region, and that's also keeping those temperatures well above average. We're going to see that fog, that mist to start the day again tomorrow. That's that warm air on top of us, and eventually seeing some sunshine as we hit the afternoon. It's almost like status quo here over the last couple of days. What you see is what you get. By midnight, maybe a few clear spots out there. Otherwise, skies partly to mostly cloudy as we begin Wednesday. A lot of clouds, especially the farther west of I-35 you go. And then throughout the morning, we have a few breaks, some sunshine out there. Temperatures climbing upper 70s, low to mid 80s across our area. We back it back down into the upper 70s by evening hours on Wednesday, and there's our flow, see, out of the southeast, and again, a lot of clouds on top of us. 7 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, we're talking mainly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 60s. As we go throughout the day, here comes the cold front. Now, this is going to be a strong cold front. This is 5 o'clock in the evening on Thursday. So Thursday, we're not talking any weather troubles or anything like that. It's going to be overnight Thursday into Friday, and not a lot of moisture. I'm talking about any showers or storms with it, but a lot of dry and much, much cooler air behind it, and we'll feel the effects as we hit the weekend. Tonight, though, mostly cloudy skies, 65 degrees will be the low temperature, and then clearing skies tomorrow. Again, could see that fog, that drizzle in the morning, some sunshine as we hit the afternoon. If we do, we're going to soar into the low to mid 80s tomorrow. South winds at 5 to 15 miles per hour. Then, as we look ahead, this is your flygrk.com, your Central Texas hometown airport long-range 10-day forecast. Front moves through very early on Friday, so the 66 midnight high. You see the arrow? That means temperatures will be falling throughout the day. And then look at Saturday and Sunday. We're talking low to mid 30s for high temperatures. So you want to cover up those plants or pull them inside, or at least hope that we're not going to see too much in the way of cold air. But it looks like we are going to, and we could see some freeze watches or warnings go out. So just be on the lookout for that. And then next week, the trend is much, much cooler air. Temperatures will be below normal, only in the 50s for highs. Those rain showers could be cold rain showers there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Lows still in the 30s and low 40s. Kind of the same story down toward Bryan and College Station. Maybe a tad warmer, but high and dry this weekend with highs not even getting out of the 50s right now.
I don't have any plants. I'm ready for the grass to die, so bring it on.
So your days in shorts are numbered then, right, too?
I'll still wear
it. Shorts?
I'll wear the shorts.
But you need to get that firewood, though. You're low on the firewood.
I got to find a place that will just bring a ton of it.
Yeah, and a lot of the counties are lifting their burn bans, which is good. But I can tell you, McLennan County, over toward Coryell County, no burn bans are in effect.
Perfect.
That's great.
Thanks, Mike.
Right, coming up, the results of the midterm elections could decide the future of abortion access in the U.S.
Election coverage is brought to you locally by Element Waco. Stay in your element.
Hail damage to your roof can be costly to your home, so why not protect yourself now? Get your roof repaired or replaced by Central Texas's most trusted roofer, Centex Roof Systems. Our team will evaluate your damage and get you a quote fast so we can repair your roof quickly and efficiently. After the storm, call the name you can trust. Call Centex Roof Systems today for your quote or visit us online at centexrs.com. Your hometown roofer, Centex Roof Systems. God bless Texas.
Electric outages got you stunned, dazed, shocked? Then let Alliance Electrical Group take charge. Alliance can help with all your residential and commercial electrical needs, small repairs to major system overhauls. Alliance provides quality service and workmanship you can trust. Discounts for military, first responders, and senior citizens. With over 30 years experience, family owned and operated, Alliance Electrical Group's priority is to exceed your expectations. Alliance Electrical Group, let us take charge of your electrical needs.
Get to know your Armed Services YMCA. We're more than a gym or swim classes, a family positive place that provides a safe community environment for everyone.
Coming here has really helped because it became our first resource.
They are so welcoming. They help
the community.
At the end of the day, we're all part of the same family, just trying to raise our children the best that we can. And I think the YMCA provides that for our kids.
Helping all military families and everyone. Learn more at asymca.org.
Move forward this fall by training for a new career in the healthcare industry. Plus, up to $4,500 in grants are available for students who qualify. Visit scitexas.edu today. Southern Careers Institute. The future is you.
On the next Young Sheldon, Mima's got a side hustle.
Oh, Kipling destroys lives.
That's what you say about booze. I think it's an excellent pairing.
The next Young Sheldon.
Coming up at 6:30 here on Fox 44, covering Killeen, Woodway, and all of Central Texas. This is Fox 44 News at 6.
Welcome back. The results of the midterm elections could decide the future of abortion access in the U.S. Health care and access to abortion continues dominating the minds of many voters heading into the midterm elections. Most abortions are now banned in more than a dozen states, and according to a recent study published in the journal JAMA, 1 in 3 women now live more than an hour away from an abortion clinic. Since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade back in June, some doctors warn delaying abortions can cause severe health complications for some patients, adding states outlawing the procedure are only forcing women living there to find help across state lines.
A study says a key ingredient used to make beer could help prevent a dreaded aging disease. A study funded by the government in Italy says hops, a flowering plant used to help beer's fruity or bittering flavoring, can help prevent Alzheimer's disease. The scientists say hops has compounds that prevent harmful proteins from clumping in the brain. Research showed one particular hop used in lagers and light ales had the most success in preventing Alzheimer's issues. The scientists were cautious to say, though, their research doesn't encourage more beer drinking. Coming up, the Dallas Zoo welcomes a special member to its park. We tell you all about it when we return.
Election coverage is brought to you locally by Element Waco. Stay in your element.
The 2023 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Maybe they're just machines, but they're also our stories. From fun weekends to putting food on your table, these new Kubota M60s can make your life and your work easier and better. We hope you'll live a great story.
Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 48 months.
WC Tractor, now with 6 convenient locations to serve you.
Hi, I'm Stinson.
And I'm Daniela.
And we're your local as-is home buyers. For over a decade, we've helped hundreds of homeowners get out of tough situations.
We live in Waco and we know the Central Texas market.
Avoid the hassle of traditional real estate and make no repairs, no showings, pay no closing costs, and no commissions.
Save time and money with a call to Waco First Home Buyers.
The quick and easy solution you deserve. Call 254-457-SELL.
Hablamos español.
This is a BFD Black Friday deal from Optimum, and it's our best deal ever. Get 300 meg internet for as low as $30 a month for 2 years. Find out how you can get up to $300 in Visa prepaid cards with Showtime included for 1 year. Go from 300 meg internet to over $520 in total savings with this BFD from Optimum. Call 866-9-OPTIMUM or visit optimum.com/BFD now, because our best deal ever won't last long. Get closer, go farther with Optimum.
No one does breakfast better than Rosa's Cafe. From flavorful breakfast plates bowls, and tacos to carry-out platters for any size group. Rosa's Cafe is cooking it fresh for you. So make it Rosa's Cafe for a fast and delicious breakfast. Dine in and wake up with Rosa's Cafe.
Puzzles are easy. Family, that's a real challenge. It happens rarely, but everything clicks into place.
Young Sheldon.
Weeknights at 5 and 6:30 on Fox 44.
Welcome back. There's a new mom at the Dallas Zoo.
Aw, this baby hippo was born last Sunday. There we go. Zookeepers have left the pair alone to bond and are keeping an eye on them with cameras. We're told the little one was nursing within an hour of birth, and mom and baby spent their first night snuggled up together in the pool. No one knows yet if it's a boy or a girl, so the calf doesn't have a name yet.
I like how it flips its little ears when it gets excited. They flip them fast.
How big do they actually get to?
Huge.
They're huge, right? They're like
a ton.
Thousands.
Yeah,
Do you think?
really,
At least.
Little baby one is.
Babies are born at
big.
350, you know.
Oh my gosh.
They're huge.
They're not nice.
It's not
either.
a little baby.
Yeah, it's
either.
Vicious. They'll
coming
get
from a
you.
big
Oh my
mom.
gosh.
Look at that. That's right.
Just enjoying the world.
Yep.
In the pool.
There you go. You know, hey, we've got clouds out there. We still have another, what, half hour in some spots, an hour and a half?
Hour and a half in some other spot in Bell County.
Yeah, okay, and we just have skies that are mostly cloudy right now. No problems this evening. 83 tomorrow. Again, fog, a little drizzle in the morning, kind of like what we had today for the next couple of days. Sharp cold front moves through early on Friday. 66 will be a midnight high. So temperatures falling, and it looks like Saturday and Sunday, highs upper 50s to around 60. And then next week, we're only going to be in the 50s for highs. And some of those raindrops, maybe some cold raindrops across our area. Nighttime lows will be in the 40s. And again, if we see those temperatures Saturday night into Sunday drop, you know, freezing or so, that would do get rid of the growing season, which is good. Hopefully take care of the pollen as well. And
there you go.
And then we don't worry about cutting the grass anymore.
Bundle up, Buttercup. It's about to get cold.
That's right.
It's perfect.
Get that fire going, too.
Right here. Perfect. Right here after Election Day. It's worked out perfectly. All right, thanks, Mike, and thank you for joining us at fox44news.com. Check that out. It's where it's at. We've got more election coverage tonight at 9. Don't want to miss it. See you then.